Hey quick players, welcome to a quick play video, my first quick play video. And on this channel I plan to play video games fairly quickly, just to give you an idea of what they're about and whether you should play them or not. Today, for my very first video, I'm going to be looking at a game called A Short Hike. You're going to note that I'm leaning heavily towards indie games. There are a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, I really like them. That's the most obvious reason. But secondly, I have a computer that's a little bit slow, so I have to play these slightly less demanding games. With that said, let's move on and actually play the game. So, here we are, getting into A Short Hike. Cool. So I'm going to continue from where I left off last. I have played this game through before. It took me about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half to do. So it's a very short game from beginning to end. You could probably squeeze a little bit more out of it if you collect everything and find all the treasure. But here we are, A Short Hike. You play the role of Claire. That's the little red-shirted bird running around there, and Claire has got a lot of different skills. So Claire can fly, and Claire can climb, and Claire can wield a stick, and not much you can do with a stick except play volleyball. There is no violence in this game. It's a very kid-friendly game, and Claire's also got a shovel, so if you ever find a little crack in the ground, you can dig it up, and there's usually money in there. So what's the point of the game? Well, the point of the game is to explore this little island that you're on and collect golden feathers. There's two ways of getting golden feathers. You can either find them lying around, or in most cases they're hidden, or you can buy golden feathers, and that's why there's so much money lying around. It's the in-game currency you use to buy golden feathers. The whole point of collecting these golden feathers is so that you can climb to the top of the mountain. There you go. And that's sort of the end goal here, is to climb to the top of the mountain. And the reason you need golden feathers is that they actually act as a stamina bar. So you can't climb to the top of the mountain unless you have at least 7 golden feathers, and that's if you really want a challenge. If you want the game to be slightly easier on you, you'd want to get a few more golden feathers. So, there we go. You can look through the binoculars and have a quick look at what the island's about. Oh, there's a treasure box. I missed that before. And there's where we just came from. Okay, cool. So you can read signs. We have to climb to the top of Hawk Peak, but there are other trails and other places you can go in the game. Later on, you even get a fishing rod, and you can go fishing and sell your fish for some extra cash. The game is not dangerous in any way. Your character can never die. There's no enemies to fight. It's really just a little bit of an exploration game. And there are very few places, if any, that are inaccessible, especially when you've collected upwards of 5-6 golden feathers. You can pretty much fly anywhere you want. Later on, after you've actually completed the quest to climb to the highest peak, you get a extra mode of transport, which is a speedboat, and you get access to a second island, which is a little bit smaller than this one, but still it adds a bit of longevity to the game. Not much though. Let's collect some shells. The game has got a few quests. They're not particularly difficult. They're more like collect things and fetch things. Those sorts of very simple quests. Let's equip our shovel. And to start out with, you don't start out with your shovel. You don't start out with a pickaxe. In fact, when you start out, you can't even climb. So there There are skills you need to learn. Oh, it's raining, and now it's not raining. The game doesn't have a day-night cycle. So if you're looking for sort of an immersive open world, this is not the game for you. If you're looking for a role-playing game, this is not the game for you. This is more of just a relax, take it easy, something to do for an hour and a half, as opposed to sitting on Netflix or whatever, watching a movie. You can play something a little bit more interactive. Oh, I need to get more feathers if I want to climb up there. Yeah, but yeah, very, very cute, very simple little game. Not much replayability. This is the second time I've played this, and I can't imagine playing it beyond this sort of review. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not the kind of game that you'd want to play for long. I think an hour and a half, 2 hours is about as long as you'd need to keep yourself interested in this. And I think one of the core reasons for that is that there's no real storyline. I mean, if this were a game that had sort of a big epic story attached to it, and NPCs that were slightly more interesting than the ones they do have, you know, you could probably stretch this game out a bit longer, but it's a very simple sort of story. Climb to the top of a mountain, and that's it. It's probably allegorical. It's probably, you know, a take on the challenges of life. Yeah, cool. That's cute. It's nice. Oh, there's a treasure chest. And that's annoying. The game is full of little camera switches like that. Usually they aren't that problematic. In this case, I was aiming for that treasure chest, and the camera switch did assist in me missing it, but it wasn't too bad. I don't think I've ever been in this tunnel before. Let's switch on out to this and get in there and see what this is about. Come on. And in we go. And let's see. The way forward is blocked. Oh no. Well, disappointing. She didn't even try. Alright. So the more feathers you collect, the farther you can fly, but there are things like this little updraft volcano thingy which allow you to, you know, fly a little bit further or fly a little bit higher. And there's also, ooh, there's a camera switch again. And you can dive bomb. Alright. So that in a nutshell is a short hike, and it really does live up to its name. It is absolutely a short hike. It's a fun game. If you're looking for games that sort of are very chilled and help you relax, yeah, this is one of them. There are others, and I'll probably make a few videos on those. One that sticks out for me right now is a game called Journey. It's a little bit more, almost I would say, fun than this. A little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but yeah, this isn't too bad. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, just make sure that if you're buying it, you want a game that has zero replayability and a very simple storyline. I would imagine that it is very kid-friendly. I wouldn't even imagine that. I'm pretty sure it's very kid-friendly. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, first video. So if there were any technical issues, or if I stumbled on my words or repeated myself, apologies. I'm trying not to use a script. I'm trying to just let the conversation flow. That doesn't always work. Anyway, please like the video, please subscribe, please switch on notifications. I'm going to try do at least 2 or 3 of these a week. I'm just doing it for fun, so I'm not really looking for massive amounts of views, but if it happens, yay, and if it doesn't happen, you know. Anyway, I hope to see you soon. Have a good evening, morning, midday, afternoon, and come back tomorrow for more quick plays.